Before this video begins, I want to thank you all so much for helping my family with the GoFundMe. It was insane to see how many people were so open-minded to helping immediately, allowing us to reach our goal in just under 2 hours. You crazy devils, you. That being said, I still feel strongly that GoFundMe should not be normalized as a solution for our crappy healthcare system. Healthcare should be a right, not a pay-to-win feature where even if you pay to win, you lose. Regardless, my dad is in a better position now, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you. But yeah, enjoy the video. Stay hydrated in case I forgot later.
One of my favorite things is watching videos of other content creators' setups, like a bee pollinating its first flower or a serial killer racking up his first kill. It absolutely calms my nerves. Let me show you some of my favorites. Like, look at that. It's fucking beautiful. For a while, I was obsessed. People showing off creative ways to make simplistic-looking desks. I wanted my desk to look like that. But why? What could be wrong with my desk? That's shit. How did this happen? You don't need the best to be the best. Bullshit. Is what I said to myself every time I heard that phrase, because I don't know. People say things and I want to be different, an individual, unique. Graffiti the same font in cities like every other unique individual, so I independently filled my desk to the brim with what internet personalities told me I could not live without. I wanted to become a better artist, and what better way to do that than to use the same equipment as some of the greats, right? After all, to me, they are gods, and they hold all this godlike power over me.
Break into bank and steal the money and then have sex with me.
Yes, Master, but first, my desk. I don't know how to use any of this. There was no fundamental objective to what I wanted on my desk. I just wanted things. Especially the things people were telling me I needed. I mean, after all, we are advertised to every second of the day, especially on the internet. And if you keep hearing salesmen tell you that the things you own aren't enough and the things you don't have are what you need, eventually, you'll start to believe it. Next thing I know, I was caught in a loop, cycling things in and out, buying, then reselling, buying, then reselling, buying. And you won't believe this. Reselling? He startled me. But yes. And in retrospect, I should have had more self-control. One YouTube career later, and I found myself falling into the jaws of the cluttered catastrophe that is materialism. And it sucked. But don't you worry. Remember when I said I loved watching videos of other content creators' setups? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Of course. I realized an essential approach many of these fellow desk enthusiasts were taking that I felt like I needed as well. Not a be-all solution, but definitely something new. And that was...
There are many personal definitions of what minimalism is, and I will say there are a lot of things I actually don't agree with, like some aspects of time management, in some cases the way you live, and especially that of the elements coming from the rich, which are...
to make everything look as boring as possible. But still, there are a lot of tips and tricks I really liked. My top 3 being 1. Less doesn't mean worse. I grew up in a bit of a rougher patch with my parents trying their damn hardest to keep up with 3 kids in at least an apartment. for the portion of my childhood, so I never really was able to get pretty much anything I wanted. But once I started making my own source of income, it became effortless to purchase something when I typically couldn't before. I wouldn't go as far as calling myself a shopaholic because I think the way I grew up engraved money consciousness into the back of my mind at all times, but when I felt I needed something for my art, to me, less doesn't mean worse, means you don't need everything, especially not the latest and greatest. And not having things doesn't mean you're any less than anybody else. Heck, the stuff you probably already have will get the job done and should be valued. I think this was me with my musical synthesizers, because as beautiful and as cool as they are, every time I thought I was gonna use them, I ended up just making cooler sounds with my laptop DAW cheap-ass MIDI keyboard. In fact, I make entire songs, till this day, just using that. None of this over-the-top, expensive studio audiophile bullshit. However, I do love me a good headphone and speakers every now and then. 2, decluttering a physical space can help declutter mentally. Whenever I would enter my desk or even just my room, I would get a little stressed out. Why? There was so much stuff to look at, just surrounding me. So whenever I went to work on something, I had so many choices, kind of putting me in this paralyzed state. I think they actually call it option paralysis. So to me, the whole decluttering thing means just that. Declutter. Clean up a bit, removing that sort of option paralysis entirely. A very, at this point, luxurious problem, I know, but in my defense, I can live comfortably in an apartment position, not in I can live comfortably in an apartment with healthcare position. Hopefully this joke becomes dated in the future. He startled me. 3, everything I own/need has a purpose. Look at all this. What is this? I don't need any of this shit. What is the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that thing there? I don't know. To make my desk look nice? Well, guess what? It doesn't. It makes my desk look ugly. You stupid idiot. Me, I guess, past me. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. No, it's all good. No, it's all good. Come back. He left. Great. I'll remember that in the future. That really was just the purpose for these things, just to get some street cred from other content creators. But I guess, what good is that street cred if my skill level is as good as it was if I was using some of the quote-unquote unstreet cred equipment? The stuff that got me recognized in the first place? Practice makes perfect, and I was just purchasing. So, I don't know. Doing this one's a bit hard because things can have different purposes for different people. To me, I think I should only buy something if it can serve a sense that something else doesn't. Beyond past temporary happiness followed by buyer's remorse. So looking at my desk and looking kind of even around my apartment, this is what I did. I sold everything. That's just it. Okay, so here's what I did to at least prepare for that, selling everything. Honestly, I just created a list. A list of things that I mainly used, and the even more extensive list of the things I didn't. And the list of things I didn't use, well... Now I just kind of focus on utilizing what I have to continue to grow my constantly developing skills. And keep the things that I need to use in the places where I need to use them. And man, is my desk looking pretty dope because of all this. Can I show you? You think you have a choice? It's kind of ugly. But listen, I got this cool matcha keyboard, like the one on that desk I really liked. Not only that, but my wallet. isn't hungry anymore.
Thank you, Adam.
No problem, Wallet.
You want this money back? It won't fit next to the children's bones.
Huh?
You know, from the children you've been feeding me.
Honestly, I'm in love with my setup. It just gets the job done, you know? And has like 3 configurations. One for animating, one for music making, and one for just casual browsing. I'd have more pictures, but I recently went on a workcation and completely forgot to take a video of the setup before I left. Anyway, go ahead and praise it. It's a minimalist dream, I know. There's a theory that goes along with this that like this sort of method helps with like brain fog, concentration, other things and whatever. And you might be looking at me and going, wow, Adam, you're so handsome and smart. You're going to be my new therapist and I'm going to take everything you say completely to heart. And to that I'm going to say, don't. I'm just giving bare minimum life lessons to help cope with the fact that my desk was dirty.
Hey man, I feel like we've just kind of gotten off on the wrong foot.
Huh?
You know, there seems to be a lot of disconnect between us.
Huh?
I don't know, I could just be feeling insecure, but whenever we're in the same room, things just kind of escalate. And we kind of don't really communicate at all. I don't know, there seems to be communication, there seems to be not. We kind of just gloss over that bit and just go right at it, you know? Just right fucking at it. I just think me and you we could do better.
I just think you're really quick to...
Yeah, we just really hate to make it, you know? Especially... Boo.